In this video, I'll be showing you how to find an appropriate image for your LED light stand and how to save it to your H drive for editing. First thing you need to do is make sure that you're logged into your Blackboard account. And in our class, you're going to go to Project Design Briefs. We're going to open up the LED light stand project. Here's that link which took you to a series of videos on how to go through this process along with editing and copying your design to the server. And we also have written instructions step by step on how to do what I'm going to be showing you shortly here. So first of all, as the instructions state, we're going to open up a browser, which we've already done. We're going to open up a new tab, and we're going to be searching, in this case in Chrome, for an appropriate image. And we're going to be doing a few other steps to make sure we can keep it simple and find a good quality black and white image. So let me go ahead and click on a new tab. And for this example, I'm going to go ahead and type in soccer. In this case, I'll probably be a little bit more specific, and maybe I'll type in soccer ball. Hit enter. Obviously, you have a lot of different options here. Some things are going to give me web pages, and here we also have images. So to be a little bit more specific, I'm going to select images. And to take it one step further, I'm going to go to Tools. And under Tools, we're going to go to Color. Here we want to select black and white. So for this activity, you've been told to find at least 3 images, just in case you run into 1 or 2 of them not working out the way you want. You always have a backup. So a soccer ball, for the most part, is going to be black and white, and we're going to look up and down and see if there's something that we like. And here's something we've also discussed. When you put your mouse over an image, you want to pay close attention to the quality of the image. You'll see that there's a number of 2000 by 1793. That's a very high quality image, which is good. But as long as it's somewhere at least in the 400 by 400 resolution range, that should be acceptable. Something else you can do to, once again, be more specific is if you go to size, you can specifically look for large or medium size resolution images. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it as it is and see if I can find what I need. So here's a good image right here that I like. This one is 1000 by 1000. Keep in mind that with a black and white image, what is black will be engraved and what is white will not. But as we can see, there's a little bit of grayscale here. So I should actually, with this laser engraved image, I will definitely see the outline. It's not a true white image. And a little bit of definition with some of these lighter areas. But once again, when it sees pure white, that will actually remain transparent, and black will actually be engraved. But once again, I would see the outline of that soccer ball and maybe a little bit of detail here, but definitely what's in black will stand out. An image like this obviously is pretty cut and dry, black and white. So this image would work perfect. So let me go ahead and just click here. When you find something that you like, you always want to right click and then select the Save Image As. Now, once again, if you're finding that the image that you're looking at may or may not be what you want, you can always hit the Escape key. That'll take you right back a step, okay, just to show you. And once again, we'll just go look around a little bit more. Here's another image here. Let me click on it. Good enough. Looks like decent quality, 560 by 551. Let me right click and I'm going to select Save Image As. Okay, we're not copying anything, we're saving. Let me click on Save Image As. And we're not saving anything to downloads. We always saved our H drive. So the easiest thing to do, if you don't see your H drive, my H drive is right here. You can always start with this PC if you want. Scroll down and you would see your student ID number here. Being a teacher, I see my username. I'm going to double click. I'm going to go to my class folder. We should have created a folder at some point called LED Light Stand. If you did not, just right click anywhere in the space and create a new folder if you do not have one. In this case I do. I'm going to double click. And as I've told you before, be very specific. Obviously this one's called soccer ball, which is totally fine. Now if I'm looking for more than one soccer ball, I may want to call this one soccer ball 1 and then so on, soccer ball 2, soccer ball 3. So I'm going to be a little bit more specific here. I'm going to hit save. Okay, once again, I'm going to go back a step. I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to keep looking around. Let's see here. This one right over, not a soccer ball, but that's actually a pretty cool image. I'm going to go ahead and just click here. Once again, I can right click. I can select Save Image As. I will say one thing though, never left click. You can see the left clicking took me right to the website. We don't left click, we always right click. Another thing I want to mention, and I ran into this for the first time, you'll notice there's this grid, this square pattern in the background. That's an indication that this is a transparent background, which is totally fine, but unfortunately some students are finding that this also appears in Microsoft Word when we actually take these images for preparation for laser cutting. So I'm going to tell you right now, you may want to stay away from this, but you can try saving an image like this if you want and simply see if this background does or doesn't appear. If you see this in Microsoft Word, you cannot use it. Once again, don't use it, but I'm going to try it. So I'm going to hit Save Image As. Once again, I'm going to call this one maybe soccer ball. Get a little bit more specific, and I'll say person, since there's a person involved as well. Let me hit my backspace key, and let me go back a step and I'll do a new search. Maybe I'll type in fish. Once again, I'll get hundreds and thousands of fish, but to be a little bit more specific, maybe I'll type in a fish that I sometimes fish for called a largemouth bass. Once again, we have it set to black and white. Okay, I'm actually glad I'm looking at work like this because this can sometimes be a struggle for for a laser cutter. So if you can keep it strictly black and white, like this image would be perfect. Something like this would work, but be careful. You can see there's a watermark there. This obviously would work fine. This could also work as well. But once again, if it's too detailed, you may or may not get what you actually see on the screen. So I'm just going to dig around a little bit. That looks like a pretty good image there. And let me see if I can just find one more. Once again, some watermarks. We don't want to deal with that. I'm going to be careful with these patterns in the background. Okay, now this is a good example. You'll actually see there's this big C here, which could obviously mean copyright, but we're going to get rid of that later. So I'm going to click here. Once again, I can then right click and do a Save Image As. In this case, since I'm only going to find one fish, I'll just call this one fish, but if I'm looking for more than one, this could be fish one. Okay, there we go. So this video is simply showing us how to look for an appropriate image using Chrome or Internet Explorer and saving those images to our H drive. The next video is going to show you how to go through the editing process.